Episode 68.
Brother expert, you're to Rage House.
Tianqi and the others charged forward, excited.
You're quite bold.
Ye Xiu smiled. He had already explained the situation to these guys. This was like pulling teeth from a tiger's mouth. Whether the three major guilds would let it go, the group arrived without hesitation. He wasn't sure. Moving quickly, with even the young girl, Chen Guo joining them. But this newbie girl might just be clueless and jumping on the bandwagon. What nonsense. Ye Xiu yelled, hacking away with great enthusiasm. This guy didn't log in at all yesterday, so his level's a bit behind today. He's been grinding hard all day, and barely reached level 21.
You called them all?
The three noobs, Rogue and Little White, stood there stunned. When I joined your team...
You had a plan back then.
Three people exclaimed in shock.
Oh, this plan is truly far-reaching indeed.
Ye Xiu chuckled without saying more, then began directing each player's positioning and skill coordination, even detailing how to use potions. Potions all have cooldowns. How to consume them most effectively to sustain your combat is itself an art. At this moment, it looked like 9 people were fighting monsters together, but in reality, those 8 were like puppets on strings, acting entirely according to Ye Xiu's command. At first, it was a bit chaotic. After all, Ye Xiu only had one mouth, and couldn't give 8 different commands to 8 people all at once. After fighting for a while, veterans like Tianqi, though not top experts, had basically figured out what to do. Even rookies like Rogue and Little White were performing decently. Ye Xiu carefully observed each person's DPS output, calculating whether they could defeat Blood Gunner before the 3 major guilds finished off the Necromancer Legion. The result was quickly determined. We can't fight here. So he began adjusting his strategy, creating distance. Blood Gunner was like a sheep, being hacked and herded as he boiled. He was gradually killed off in the distance, a truly miserable sight. At this moment, Ye Xiu certainly wouldn't go for a 200-hit combo and invite trouble, but the Berserk state at 10% health was definitely unavoidable. But for Ye Xiu, that difficulty was far too low. The Blood Gunner's health plummeted rapidly. Ye Xiu estimated the timing. The 3 major guilds were probably almost ready, while Blood Gunner still had 20% health left. They fought while advancing, managing to create some distance. But time remained extremely tight. Ye Xiu turned his view, looking back along the path they had fought through. The burial grounds were wide open, with no cover in sight. In the distance, a large group of players seemed to be surging toward their direction. The 3 guilds have indeed finished. Their DPS has already been pushed to the limit, under Ye Xiu's command, unless they can equip everyone with higher level
But that's
gear.
clearly impossible. Or perhaps... Brother Blue River, they've all come over!
Tianqi suddenly spoke up, clearly noticing time was running short.
We need to speed up.
Ye Xiu declared at this point, there was no choice but to take a gamble.
What?
8 people asked, raising their hand speed.
Everyone focus on.
The only solution now is to increase your APM. Ye Xiu himself certainly had no issues. He intentionally kept his hand speed this low to coordinate with the team. But now, to take down Blood Gunner within the limited time, the entire team's tempo must accelerate. This team has many rookies, making progress difficult. But there's no other choice now. Hand speed cannot increase a character's attack speed. A character's attack speed is defined by their class. This is a fixed data point. Hand speed can enhance your operational pace. Faster operations lead to quicker skill output. Thus, every action change and transition for the character, including movement, rolling, attacking, etc., will become faster. Ye Xiu wanted the entire team to improve their operation speed.
This requires effective APM.
2 points A and B on the screen. Move the cursor from point A to B. A pro skill lies in boosting speed at peak APM. At maximum hand speed, the cursor moves from A to B and stops precisely at B. Ordinary players, to accurately stop at B, have no choice but to lower their APM and slow down the cursor's movement speed.
If you force the speed increase, you might click inaccurately at point B, miss it entirely, or overshoot. In short, it loses its optimal effect.
But Ye Xiu couldn't worry about that now. Fortunately, they didn't need to improve too much. After all, They couldn't suddenly make everyone reach pro level APM. No need to issue made a rough estimate. At the current pace, boosting it by about 20% should be sufficient. From his observation, at this current pace, some people still had energy to spare. For example, Tianqi and Yu Zhongnian. A 20% increase isn't difficult for them. Dancing Rain and Shallow Life were both playing conservatively. After the sudden escalation, it all came down to their focus. As for the other 4 rookies, Chen Gao and Yi Zhu had absolutely no expectations. This little girl is struggling, making repeated mistakes. A rookie thug, it surprised Ye Shu. Although he's the biggest noob, here his hand speed still looks pretty impressive. He executed the commands perfectly, with no deviation. The other 2 are stronger than Chen Yu, but not as strong as the rogue a little white. Go all out, speed up, Ye Shu shouted, his hands moving faster first. With his lead, the others had to coordinate and follow. As he expected, Tianqi and Mulet Slumber quickly followed. Mu Yinshan was fine, but Xun Shengli reacted a bit slow, delayed by half a beat. Chen Guo was already being pressured over there. Rogue Little White surprised Yi Xiu again. His attacks were far more precise than Ta and Yu Zhongnian's. In the end, those 2 guys were also flustered, their attacks becoming erratic and unfocused.
Stay calm, focus.
Yi Xiu scanned the room. He said, apart from Chen Guo, who's completely hopeless, Xuan Shengli and those 2 guys still have potential to shine. Chen Guo was flustered, her attacks all missed. Chen Yu's skill level is lacking, yet he chose to switch to the assassin class, which demands high operational precision. Assassins aren't bad at PK's favor. This famous assassin saying in Glory expresses that an assassin, without speed, is a tragedy, easily bullied in PK.
Chen Guo is truly tragic, directly abandoned by Ye Xiu.
Chen Guo was a tragedy, directly abandoned by the remaining 7, greatly pleased Yu Xiu. Con Shengli kept up the pace. And those 2 guys weren't as panicked as they were at first, although there were occasional mistakes. Yi Shu always managed to cover for them and save the situation. They had only increased their APM. Yi Shu was now dedicating 200% of his focus to specifically correct mistakes. If Chen Guo were behind Yi Shu right now, she'd definitely swallow her words about handicapped players. At this moment, Yi Shu's APM was at least 100%. If he were considered a noob, then Chen Guo would be a complete amateur. Tianqi kept shouting this as a slogan, chanting it repeatedly. As he roared, his speed increased even further, spurring the others on as well. However, his improvement this time was minimal, and everyone unconsciously kept pace with him.
Only Ye Xiu could detect such a subtle detail.
What an unexpected surprise. Our chances are even better. Almost out of blood. Suddenly Tianqi shouted out loud.